BL, this the one?
Nobody,
We all get caught in our own sins.
nobody.
Sometimes I have to remind myself that on my worst day,
Nobody.
Hey guys, it's Delia, and this is gonna be my little intro video to me leading up to my next videos on how I'm just telling y'all how I found out I was pregnant and everything else that's been going on with my pregnancy, just some of my symptoms some people may have, and just telling y'all my experience and how I found out. So my experience and how I found out I was pregnant, you know, you kind of get late on your period. I have a period tracker, and it said I was 13 days late, and I was kind of pushing it off to take the test and all that. Me and my boyfriend already knew, like, yeah, you're probably most likely pregnant. But I'm the one who pushed the test off, and I pushed it off all the way to like May 25th, but he was ready. Like, he already felt it, he knew. And like his symptoms, like, it's crazy, he actually had my symptoms in the beginning. I didn't get sick till later in my pregnancy, but he was throwing up, he was always asleep. So it was like, I guess this thing, like, the boys have the symptoms before and they kind of tell you. And yeah, I think that's what told me, because he was throwing up, he was sick, and he was always sleeping. And we was eating so good. Like, when I say we was eating good, we ate good like every day. So we had did that, and so this was like the whole beginning of May, a whole month of May and all that. And I kind of started being like a little eerie and stuff, a little irritated with stuff, being in my feelings with stuff I wouldn't even be in my feelings about. So I pushed my pregnancy test off all the way to the end of May, and I got the triple check, the first response triple check. I recommend that test. It's a little bit more on the expensive side, but I recommend that test just so you could triple check. Like it says, triple check. I have my pregnancy test right here. This is one, like, it takes, like, one of them is like an early response, and one is like one's like an early, one tells you like fast, like a minute, and then one is like a digital one. You can kind of see the line. These are old, so and then this one, I'll post a picture of what they actually look like when I first took. Yeah, so that was like the first, like, that's how I found out. Like, I took triple check, I called a few of my friends, I set it on the counter, like in the restroom, and like had my boyfriend walk in, and I was like, look, he was like, I already knew, like, you just wasted your money, like, I already knew. But I was like, no, like, because this is crazy, like, you, like, this is really happening. And this, so it was like a miracle in disguise. He's my little blessing now, so I'm very thankful for him. And so I called one of my friends, and she was actually pregnant at the time, but she was like, go to a pregnancy resource center just to double check. Like, pregnancy resource center, usually they have them in like all different cities. They have a couple of them around in your area and all that. I would recommend going. You do your little pregnancy test at home, and I recommend going to a pregnancy center because they give you like free advice, brochures. They help you if you want to do like Medicaid and stuff like that. And you basically take the test again, but you take this type of test. So I took this test, and I got the double. Yeah, so I took this, and it really, like me and him were like, yeah, it's real. It's real. So we did that, and then the pregnancy resource center, I think I found out, I don't know how many weeks I was when I found out, because they made me like come, I think a week or two later, and that's when I found out I was 8 weeks pregnant. But like, they made me come like a little bit further out because they wanted me, I think, to be further along to see the baby. And that sonogram I don't have, he actually has, but I'll post like the picture of the sonogram, the first one I took. This is my first ever sonogram. Me and him actually were both there, first ever sonogram, and it was just like a blur. And then it looked, me and him, for the longest, we thought we were having twins, because on the first sonogram ever at the pregnancy resource center, like, it was like two little balls. Like, I'll post the picture and y'all will understand, because I don't have that one on me. That my OB person, was it my first visit? I believe it was my first visit. My first visit, I think I got my sonogram because it was my first visit ever. And they do another sonogram just to kind of like make sure everything was okay. But I think I was even further. No, I don't think I was further along. I think it was in that same week. I think I had the One Pregnancy Resource Center sonogram, and then I went like a couple days later to my actual OB's first appointment. So I got that sonogram, and I'm gonna show y'all that one. So this is my first trimester sonogram. Usually with your OBs, you only get 3 sonograms. You get a first trimester, second trimester, and third trimester. So this was like my first sonogram with my OB. And you couldn't like see his little body. Well, now I could say see his because like I know the gender now. But you can kind of see his little body like right there. That's his head, his little body, and his legs. So this was my first sonogram. Or it's actually second sonogram, but this is my first sonogram with my OB. So yeah, it was pretty nice. So like during that time of the pregnancy, I was pretty sick, like all the time. Like I started getting sick, and what date was this? This was June 15th. I got this done June 15th at my OB, and like I was always sick. Now I was getting sick. April, May, June. Yeah, so I guess May I wasn't that sick, but like after I found out, I was always getting sick. Like June I was sick, but he was sick before me, so it was like a plot twist. But yeah, I was sick. Like on my way to the doctor's office, I remember throwing up in my mom's car. Like I was always throwing up. People had to drive me everywhere. I was mainly just in the house and stuff like that, and sick. And I just probably got out of my sickness like around the end of July. I wasn't sick anymore, and then August was good. In September, now I'm kind of getting back to myself, so it's been better. But yeah, that sickness is no joke. Like that throwing up and just not feeling yourself, and smells you can't be around, stuff like that. It sucks, but it's just because you're making a life, and some people's bodies are different. Some people don't even have sickness. I salute y'all. So then I actually went to an outside resource and got a gender sonogram. The gender sonogram, I did not know the gender. I went with my mom and stepmom, and I had them come, and then I FaceTimed my boyfriend while I was there because only 2 people could come, but they were the ones who were going to know the gender, and I needed them to come because he can't know because I couldn't know because we were having a gender reveal. So I FaceTimed him, showed him, and then like majority of that visit, the lady had me close my eyes, like lay your head back, close your eyes. So he like seen the baby and all that. We seen the baby just for a little while, and then she was like, okay, close your eyes, because I was having a boy and that little part was popping out. So she was like, yeah, close your eyes. And then I also got my blood work done, but my blood work came back maybe a week after I did that sonogram. Yeah, like a week after I got the sonogram, but it was still the same results, so that was good to know. But those sonogram pictures are, I don't have that many because I kind of gave them out to people, but here's this one right here. This is like, I went July 22nd. And this was him during July 22nd. He loves putting his hand over his face, because if you see his next sonogram, it's pretty much the same one. But that's him. And then they gave me these like little body parts. So these are his legs, and then that's his little pee-pee, and it says I'm a boy. And then it's the same one, it's just a different version. Or it looks weird, but like this was like a different angle than his legs and his pee-pee. So yeah, I think that was his booty though. I think the second one's his booty, and then this is like the front part. But yeah, that's what I thought I was having a boy. Sadly, because everybody's probably like, you talking about your boyfriend, where's your boyfriend? My boyfriend sadly was killed the day actually after we did this, July 23rd. The day after I did the gender, well, we both didn't know because we had our gender reveal August 2nd. So it was a week before our gender reveal, but he was killed, so he didn't get to find out, and we didn't get to get the whole gender experience. But I ended up having them tell me that night, because they knew the gender. Like, we literally had just went the day before, and I had asked them to tell me the night we were at the hospital, like, just tell me the gender. Like, I'm not having a gender reveal. I already know I'm not, but I want to know. So that's how I found out I was having a boy. And yeah, so I mean, now he knows like now from heaven, like, we're having, and I'm sure he's happy because he wanted a mini me. And the crazy thing is, like, I thought, like, he wanted a boy, of course. I wanted a girl, but it's like, I wanted a boy as well. Like, it's just, every girl wants a girl, but it's like, I was actually fine with having a boy because I've always wanted a boy. Like, you always want the boy first, just, yeah. And I'm just glad, like, it all kind of fell into play because, I get a mini him now, and he gonna be my little road dog, my best friend. Yeah, his dad left me, bless him. I hate that we didn't get to make it to her gender reveal. I hate that he doesn't get to see, well, he's gonna see everything, but I hate that he doesn't get to see or be here physically for a lot of things, but he will always be here spiritually and mentally. Like, I know he's my guardian angel. Like, he shows me signs all the time, so I know that much. So yeah, that's how I already know the gender and stuff. So that was my second. It was really my, how many sonograms I had? 1, 2, 3. It was my third sonogram, but this was like from an outside resource at like a sonogram place. So that's how I found out my gender. And then on my next sonogram is my second trimester for my OB, which is my second. I have one more sonogram left, and I'm done with my OB and all that. With her sonogram. That little part. I'm trying to show you. Okay. And then this is him. This is more of like he's him smiling close up now because he's bigger. Look at his hands over his face always. This is his mouth right there, but he is smiling. He probably was laughing. This is him again. This part right here is always his hand because he's always like this. He probably like, I don't know, he may be like this or like this, however his hand is. I think he's like this, the way his hand is, like, it's like laying down like that. So that's him now. And this right here is his little fingers. Right there. Those are his little fingers. You see those little specks? Those are his fingers. I'm getting further along. So right now I am 22 weeks. Shooting this video, I'm 22 weeks, which is, like, not positive, but just stay open-minded of your baby feels what you feel. So if you're going through something during that time, try to just stay as positive as you can, just for the sake of your baby, because babies are like natural healers at the end of the day. Like, I feel like all of this worked out for a reason, and Will left me literally a mini him for a reason. God blessed me with being able to have kids and all that. So, and God blessed me with having a healthy baby, because God throws to you things at random times. You may think it was a challenge or a curse, but at the end of the day, it's just to make you stronger. Like, I feel like this is all, everything that's happening to me is to make me stronger, and it's all a healing process. And I'm just ready for my baby boy to get here. But this is going to be my first little pregnancy video that I'm going to put out there. Just keep y'all updated. So yeah, this is me telling y'all like how I found out I was pregnant, and just kind of the timeline of where I'm at now. I took y'all from the beginning to where I'm at now.
BL, this the one?
Nobody
We all get caught in our own sins.
Nobody.
Sometimes I